They call him a loser, a good for nothing, a joke of a nobleman. But everyone in this village is about to realize they've made a huge mistake. The woman's voice was like gravel. Do you think this is a joke? Jack snapped out of it, realizing he was smiling at the chaos around him. Everyone in the room was talking trash about the good for nothing Marcus's son, unaware that the man they were insulting was sitting right in front of them, eating a meat pie. But this woman isn't a normal innkeeper. She has the scars of a killer and the eyes of a leader. Jack just realized he walked into the Adventurers Guild and he's about to hire a secret army of monsters. The lady sat down in a chair right next to Jack and she asked, "So, what were you listening to?" Jack played it cool. He started talking nonsense about the rumors regarding the Marquess's son, and Jack said, "People often form opinions about someone without ever seeing them." But the lady shook her head and said that I don't trust anyone without seeing them myself. Jack looked at her in the eye and warned her, "Sometimes the rumors are true." He then took a bite of the pie. "It tastes good, but it's not on Ron's level." The lady smiled. "Well, I don't believe the rumors about the Marquess's son. How could such a handsome man be that bad?" Jack looked at her more closely. He saw her facial scars, her muscular build, and the way all the mercenaries in the room were watching her. He had a hunch. "You're not just an innkeeper," Jack said. "You are the branch manager of the Adventurers Guild." The lady was stunned. "How do you know?" Jack explained. "Mercenaries lived in every village. They are the ones who fight monsters and find lost cats. They always make their home around a leader like you." Jack was curious. Why was a guild manager running an inn? The lady laughed and said, "Work is hard to find. You have to earn money somehow." Actually, the inn was also the lodging facility for Adventurers Guild. Jack admired her. "That's really smart," he said. Back at the Walters' house, Jack was called a failure, but here he was just a topic for gossip. Jack wondered how she recognized him so easily in such a remote place. Then it hit him. He remembered when he first arrived in the village, the guard had stopped him for a security check, and Jack showed his family crest, his get out of jail free card. Seeing the crest, the guard had panicked and apologized. "Forgive me, young master, I didn't recognize you." Jack realized those guards must have told guild manager Jane about him. Even though he was considered dangerous, Jane treated him like a normal human being. There was no hatred or mean looks, unlike his brothers and the knights at home who always looked down on him. Jane smiled and reached out her hand. "My name is Jane Arbala." When Jack shook her hand, he realized she belonged to the Arbala noble family. She was the third child, and her oldest brother was a lord of this land. Usually, noble girls are married off early, but Jane ran a mercenary guild on her own. Jack was amazed. He wished his own house was like that too. Jane called her dog, Arnold, who jumped into her lap. She asked Jack, "Why did the Marquess's son come to Arbala all alone?" Jack replied, "I don't need guards." Jane was surprised. "You really aren't what the rumors say." But Jack had a long journey ahead. He told her he wanted to hire at least 5 mercenaries who were experts at camping and cooking. Jack explained the payment. "I will give each man 2 gold coins now, and when we reach our destination, 3 more." Jane's face lit up with joy. In this world, 100 pennies make a shilling, and 100 shillings make a gold coin. And 30 shillings is usually enough to protect a merchant. Jack was paying a massive amount of gold. Jane knew she had hit the jackpot. She handed Jack his room key. "You rest, I will personally pick the best warriors from the guild for you." Jack thought to himself, maybe this is why the village feels so safe. Jack went to his room and collapsed straight onto the bed. He was so tired he didn't even take a bath. As he fell asleep, he had a dream. He was standing in a dark cave with Master Valentine. Valentine asked, "Do you want to be weak?" Jack screamed, "No, master." Then she hugged him and said, "I am your master now." Jack woke up with tears streaming down his face. It was a new morning. Just then, Jane opened the door, looking bright and happy. Arnold, the dog, followed her and started licking Jack's face to wake him up. Jack got ready and went downstairs. Jane told him everything was ready, high quality carriage and strong warriors. Jack noticed some of the mercenaries were the same ones who were talking trash about him yesterday. Now they looked like they were full of regret. A man stepped forward and said, "My name is John Doe, leader of the Fire Mercenaries." Jack thought to himself, who has such a basic fake name? He couldn't believe it was real, but he shook the man's hand. They decided to travel through the Mount Boulder. The area was empty and desolate. They expected to set up two camps. Jane mentioned that some of the soldiers were also good cooks. Jack found this boring. "I don't have to do anything about that," he said, handing the John the suitcase. As Jack walked out the door, he turned back to Jane. "This John is a very interesting man, even with such a default name." Jack's body was young, but his senses were the same as his past life. He knew Ron was a secret ninth circle master. But as he looked at John, he realized something. John was an eighth circle soldier hiding his true power. Jack wasn't complaining. He had asked for experienced fighters, and he had been given a hindered monster. Jack thought to himself that he would meet Jane again someday. Jane smiled as he watched them leave. "Next time we meet, kid, we are definitely having a beer." Jack laughed to himself as the carriage rolled away.